Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am making a really fun video today for anyone looking to go shopping anytime soon. I'm putting together a whole bunch of my favorite products that you are able to buy from Priceline. I love going to Priceline. Every time I'm walking past Priceline with my partner, he always has to like hold on to me so I don't scurry inside and spend like an hour walking through the aisles just picking out a whole bunch of stuff that I want to get. These are definitely my go-to products and I use them constantly, like all the time. So if you want to see what my top picks from Priceline are, then just keep on watching. The first product I'm going to show you is going to be a crowd favorite probably, and a lot of people have already tried it, and that is the Bondi Sands tanning foam. So this one is popular all around the world, I feel like. This is probably one of the most amazing tans I've ever used. I've used a fair few. I've given everything a try. I still give new ones a try, and actually I've got another tanner that I'm about to show you next. But this one is always the one I go back to, is definitely my 100% favorite. This one's a dark one. I need to go out and get more ultra dark actually, because that is my 100% go-to, because I love to be as dark as possible. I think a lot of you will agree that this is probably your favorite tan. Like, one of these bottles lasts me so long. And it costs like $20, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want anything else? The second one is actually a relatively new favorite. A friend of mine got me onto this one, and I've actually been mixing it with my Bondi Sands one. And it is the Mind Tan Absolute X30 Ultra Dark Tanning Foam. You only need to sit in it for 3 hours, which I love. Like, I don't personally sleep in my tans. Like, I literally just can't do it. I cannot bring myself to sleep in a wet tan all night long and get my sheets all dirty. Meh. So if you're looking to get a tan in under 3 hours, still want that really nice dark payoff, then this is the one to go for, because they do have a lot of shades, a lot of different formulas. So if you're not sure of what one you want to use, then I would go onto the Mind Tan website and just take their quiz, and it basically asks you a few questions, and then it will tell you at the end what one is best for you. I put on a layer of the Bondi Sands, and then I put this one over the top. I find that this one dries a lot nicer, like you don't feel as sticky. When I put that over the top, I just feel a lot drier. But I always get the best color payoff when I mix this one with my Bondi Sands. It's like my new favorite combination for tanners. So if you're looking for something to complement your Bondi Sands, I definitely recommend to try the Mind Tan. The next product I want to show you are actually within the tools category. If you're wanting some really good quality brushes that you don't have to spend like $1 million on, then I definitely recommend going with the Real Techniques brushes collection. I picked out two that are my absolute favorites. Obviously the sponge, I 100% believe this one is just as good as the Beauty Blender. It's the exact same thing, except you're not paying $30 for a sponge, you know what I mean? It gives you such a nice finish doing foundation, concealer, anything like that. And then every time I do my makeup and I'm setting my under eyes, I always use the Real Techniques setting brush. Excuse how filthy it is at the moment. It just fits perfectly underneath your eyes, and it just sets everything so nicely. I also use it in my like central area and then go through with a big brush, but this one is always my go-to. There's never been a makeup look where I haven't used this brush. And the next product is, it's actually two products, but I thought I'd just show them together because they're by the same brand and they're basically like the same kind of product. The Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder, and also the Australis Banana Powder. Now, I'm not the kind of person to spend $100 million on a powder. I feel like I've probably said this before, and I think I even said it in my last video, but powders are just not easy to screw up, you know what I mean? Like, you can get such a great powder for like no money at all. The banana powder I use on my under eyes and in my T-zone area, or just places that I want to brighten up, like around my nose, my mouth, that kind of area. And then the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder is just your usual skin tone powder, but I use that pretty much everywhere else. It does have like a tiny little bit of color payoff. This one isn't like a translucent powder, but it just kind of makes Obviously it mattifies everything, but it also just makes your skin look so much more even, and it just goes on so nicely, not chalky at all, and it's definitely one of my favorites. 100% definitely need to try those if you haven't already. The next thing I'm going to show you are the Ardell lashes. When I can be bothered to put lashes on, Ardell are always the ones I go for. And the ones that I've been reaching for the most lately are these singular lashes. I just feel like they're so much easier to put on for me. Like the strip lashes, I'm always there fiddling with them for ages. These ones are just easy peasy. Glue, chuck them straight on, and you're usually good to go. Ardell have always been my go-to lashes. I've tried other ones before, but because I'm so impatient and I really am not even that great at putting lashes on, usually I can't be bothered. It's only if I can really be bothered, or it's like a really important occasion, or I just want to look that little bit extra. When I do lashes, these are always the ones I reach for. Anything else is just shit to me. When I talk too much, my throat gets so dry and raspy. Next up, I have some concealers, and these ones are the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. If you've seen any of my videos, these are my go-to concealers for carving out my brows. The reason is because they have this really solid doe foot applicator. Like some doe foot applicators are really furry and they kind of go all over the place if you're trying to do really intricate work, but this one has really short hairs and it actually feels quite stiff, which I really like, because when you're trying to make that line super perfect under your brow, it's the perfect kind of doe foot, and I cannot recommend this enough. I know so many people love using it. I'm actually almost out of this darker shade because I constantly am using it. I have them in the dark and the light shade. That's how you know I really like something, is when I have multiples of it, because that doesn't really happen that often. I need it for when I'm white and I need it for when I'm tan. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I'm going to show you is the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom Mascara. It is in this super cute pink packaging that I love. For an affordable mascara where you can get it, you know, at your local drugstore, it is literally all you need. I use it for any occasion. I use it for my really fancy events, and I use it for every day. It's just literally perfect for everything. It has one of the plastic applicators. It doesn't have the furry bristles, which I really like. I feel like this is much better for separating all the lashes. It's just a really great all-around mascara. If you're looking for one to try and you don't want to spend too much money, I 100% recommend you try this. And this is actually another one of those products that I have two of. And that's how you know I love it so much. Next product I have here is the NYX Total Control Foundation Drops. I know you've all heard of these. It is a foundation, but it is also perfect for mixing with other foundations to adjust the color. So obviously all my high-end foundations or my more expensive foundations, I get in my tan shade. I just add a couple of drops of this in and it completely adjusts the color. I love a product that is super versatile. Obviously you can use this on its own, you can use it to adjust your foundation, and I really appreciate that in a product, especially when it's such good quality and a really affordable price. Next up, we have another skin product, and it is my all-time ride or die favorite drugstore foundation, and I have not shut up about this foundation ever since I started using it. I feel like I'm constantly mentioning it on my Instagram, in my videos. So it is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Foundation. As you can see, I have it in 2 shades. So I am in the shade 140 when I am tan, and when I'm light, I go for the shade 130. I'm actually naturally really pale, like translucent, like white as the driven snow. Even when I pick the lighter shade, the best of times, it's still a little bit too dark for me because I'm just so pale. But the L'Oreal color range I find is actually a little bit more yellow than what my skin tone is. So I always mix this one with the NYX foundation drops, and it fixes that right up for me. It's like a medium to full coverage foundation. I always put on maybe like a couple of layers if I'm feeling like I want a bit more coverage, but it's definitely buildable. It's totally long lasting, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. The next product I want to show you guys is a lip product, and it is again by Australis, and it is the Girl Boss Velvet Lip Cream, and this one is in the shade Empower. They're obviously a liquid lipstick, but they don't feel so heavy and drying. These are actually quite creamy and lovely, obviously hence the name why it's a velvet lip cream and not like a matte lip cream. I am so ready to go out and buy more colors. These are definitely a go-to for me now. I love this one with a little bit of a darker lip liner, and then I go this over the top and it makes a really nice ombre. They have a whole bunch of different nude shades, which I'm all about, and I'm sure all of y'all are the same. Every time I find a great nude, you commit yourself to that nude. This is the second last product I'm going to show you guys, and they are the Savvy lip pencils. Savvy, which is a Priceline brand. I don't think you can get it anywhere else. They are only sold exclusively at Priceline. They have a whole bunch of different colors. Obviously, I have a couple of different nudes and then a more of a pink shade. They're so good, and I think they're literally like $2 each. Like, they're so cheap. The formula is so nice and it stays all night long. Like, I can't say enough nice things. Like, you don't want to spend $50 on a lip pencil when you can get the same exact quality in a $2 one, you know what I mean? Here I have the long wearing lip liner, which is one of the roll up and roll down ones. And then they also just have the nourishing lip liners, which are the traditional pencil lip liners. Now, this last product, I was a little unsure of whether I should show it or not because I actually didn't buy it from Priceline, but these products are going to be launching at Priceline really, really soon. So the product is the Napoleon Purtis Matte-tastic Lipstick, and it's just in a small metal bullet canister. This one is in the shade Sophia. I'm wearing it right now. It is such a beautiful, like, almost like a peachy brown nude. It's like a really nice nudie shade. It kind of gives off more peach vibes when I wear it, which I am obsessed with. I don't have a nude shade quite like this one. I really wanted to include this because once the Napoleon Purtis products launch at Priceline, you'll be able to go in and snatch them up straight away. They are amazing quality, super pigmented. Look how pretty that is. And they don't dry down to where they feel super drying on your lips. They still feel like creamy, but when you look at it in the mirror, it looks matte. So that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you liked watching, and I hope you got a bit of shopping inspo for your next Priceline trip. These are by far my favorite drugstore products and totally affordable. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed creating it, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Bye!